What's up, guys? New day. Obviously new day. I haven't recorded in a while, actually. Um, it's springtime, and we are doing spring cleaning. So, Tasha, God, it was a while ago now. It's been probably 2 years since she did it, but she was having a lot of accidents in the house. We think she had like a UTI at the time, but luckily it's went away. She's been to the vet, and she's like 100% back to normal. Well, she's got her vision problems and her hearing problems, but internally, seems to be back to normal. But when she was having accidents in the house, like it had the most terrible smell, and I don't want to get like graphic and describe it, but almost like a fishy smell. Obviously we would clean it up right away, and she'd go outside for a while. Bailey, quit barking. What are you barking at? There is nothing here. You just want to be on camera? But there was a couple times where like she would her thing was like she wanted to pee on something, which was really frustrating. Like if we had like a shirt on the floor or something like that, or like like the register in the floor, and we would clean it up. We would even we got wood floor, so we would even use like peroxide so it wouldn't like stain the wood. Vinegar, all the common things. We can't wait to have blah, blah, blah. All the common things that people say online that helps. And on a normal day, our house smells great. But when it's like humid outside, like yesterday, it was a really gloomy, rainy day. It was probably like 45, 50 degrees and just like wet. The house gets a funky stench, and I hate it. It bothers me. I'm like, we bust our butt to buy everything we have, and I don't want to live in a stinky house, So I started digging into it, and apparently there's three levels of like cleaning. Like there's the liquid, which will leave like residue. There is something else which most cleaners get, but then there's a third one. It's like some kind of crystals that the urine, and I do apologize because this just sounds gross, but like crystals that the urine will leave, and it'll like get into like any cracks and crevices where it's at, which we have wood floor, so there's little tiny, not gaps, but between like each plank of wood and stuff like that apparently like you just regular cleaners and scrubbers like do not get. But this stuff, I'm not sponsored. This isn't like a sponsor video. I just ordered this on Amazon yesterday, I think. It's called Zero Odor. People swear by it. Apparently what this does is like it soaks in, to all the places where the urine is, and it like chemically changes those. Like they say those crystals, like when it's dry, there's no scent whatsoever, which I can vouch for, because when it's not raining, everything smells great. But when it rains and gets like humid, then it's like, ooh, there's a funky smell, So this apparently takes those crystals and it like chemically changes them and leaves like to a point where they don't smell anymore. So I don't know, we'll try. It's supposed to rain like all week this week. Right now, as you can tell, it's pretty sunny, so gonna go crazy with this. If I knew this bottle's this small, I would have ordered 2 of them, because I'm probably gonna go through this quick. But yeah, so we're doing some spring cleaning. Took their cage, Tasha and Coco's cage was right here next to my computer, but it's just so crowded in our living room the way it's set up. We took it, finally did some deep cleaning in the back room. It is nowhere near done, so it's actually more messy right now than it was. But got rid of a lot of trash. Yeah, I'm not even gonna show it because it's more messy than it was. But going through a lot of trash. But anyways, so I decided it's time to sell the Slingshot, and it breaks my heart to say that. Oh, it physically breaks my heart. Okay, so obviously you guys have heard me say a million times, like, we are dead serious about moving to Florida. Don't mind the mess, like I said, cleaning right now, so there is shit everywhere. And basically, like, it just, the only thing holding us back right now is just finances. I need to pay some stuff off, get my credit score back up. She's got some credit cards. Essentially that's really kind of it. We don't have that cushion of money right now to just be like, hey, throw a for sale sign in the yard. Let's go to Florida, look for a house. You know what I mean? So I guess there's kind of a lot holding us back, but basically it all kind of boils down to finances. So the Slingshot, I love that thing. You guys know that thing is my pride and joy. I've never gotten bored with it. I've never been like, I'm sick of this thing, I don't drive it, let me just sell it. That's not the case. Like, I do that with cars, I do that with electronics and stupid toys I buy, but never with the Slingshot. I think that's the thing, the longest like vehicle. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the longest I've ever owned a vehicle, and that's been 3 years now. Yeah, I bought it in 2018, so 19, 20, 21, 4 years now, basically. No, 3 years. Yeah, because we bought it, it was like the end of 2018, so 2018 to 2019, yeah, it's just over like 3 years or something like that. So financed like 22,000 or something like that. Maybe, actually, I think it was like 24 with the, excuse me, it was like around 24, you know, with all the, you know, stupid dealer fees and all that crap they tack on at the end. Good afternoon, quick question. Who the heck? Oh my God, I'll get to that. So finance around 24, you know, that was with the extended warranty and all the extra stuff. I think the Sling itself was like around 21, give or take. I owe like 14, we'll round it up. I owe like 15 right now. I posted it 2 years ago. I tossed around the idea of selling it. That was like before I started riding with the guys on the Sling. So really, like, the only time I drove it was like just to work and back, and then me and Shelby once in a while would go for a ride. So there for a minute, I was just kind of like, you know, I've had my fun with it. It's a blast, but it's right now it's just an extra vehicle that I'm driving to work, essentially. You know, like, I didn't have, you know, my crazy sound system in there, all the lights and the big wheels and the windshield, all that cool stuff. And then I met up with those guys once, and from then on, like, I was just putting more money into this thing, you know, bigger speakers, you know, more speakers, more amps, you know, subwoofer, you know, the bigger wheels. So when I say that I'm selling it and I'm going to make money, like, I'm not actually going to make money. But like, I'm going to basically, like, I have positive equity in it right now, essentially. So back when I was trying to sell it, like, I had actually like legitimately posted it. I owed, I want to say about 17-ish thousand, maybe 18. Actually, it might even have been higher. I don't know. Somewhere around there, though. But I posted, I was like, you know, here's what I owe. That's all I want for it. You know, not a penny more. You know, you pay it off at the credit union, and then boom, it's yours. Just no bites. Like, that's all low balls. You know, I'll give you 12 grand. I'll give you 13 grand. And the market for them just wasn't like it is now. Like, you could go buy them brand new for, you know, 20, 21,000. Now they're extremely hard to come at. Like, you can still go buy them, but the new models are like, the automatics that came out are like $35,000, which is obscene to me. I would never in a million years pay that for one of these. It is absurd. It is so stupid. I love that thing. I have so much fun with it, but I would never in a million years pay that kind of money. It's just not worth it for what it is. But right now, and basically, like, pretty much since COVID started, like, the value of these things has just went up because they get harder. They're harder to buy. Like, right now, I could go to Monroe Motorsports, tell them I want one, and even have one custom built, you know, to my liking or whatever, or just wait till they get their next shipment. It might be 3, 4, 5 months. So the price and the demand is going like this, while the supply is going like this, which sucks, but it works out for sellers like myself. So I posted it for 19,000. I was like, I want a quick sale. You know, it's got a few little issues, like the muffler kind of vibrates when you shut it off because it's a little bit loose, but it's just because it's an aftermarket one and it's not mounted the same. The Plasti Dip has a few spots where, you know, like, we've rubbed against it getting in and out, you know, where it's peeled off. Again, like, no big deal. It's just purely cosmetic. The radio, the subwoofer I put in there it's making one of the panels vibrate if you listen to like a really bass heavy rap song at like high volumes. Cannot figure out, you know, what is rattling. So, you know, there's that. But again, like, mechanically, perfect condition. I would hop in and drive it to Florida right now without checking anything. So I was like, I've got a lot of stuff that I've done to it that's not really cost me that much money. Like my stereo, I've probably got maybe $1,000 into the radio, and that's a big custom radio, 8 speakers, 3 amps, a subwoofer box. Whereas somebody else, just to get a radio and let's say 4 speakers and 1 amp installed, would pay a shop probably $1,500, and it wouldn't be half of what I got because I do it all myself. Like people's shops charge out the ass to work on these things. So that's kind of where like I've got the advantage is I've got a lot of stuff added to it, but like I haven't spent that much money, because I've done it all myself. So I'm like, I'll put it for 19, and then that should be like a quick sale. Like I shouldn't have anybody haggling, oh, I'll give you this much, or I'll give you this plus this, so I'm like, I'll post it, and I could probably post it for like 22 and get that for it. But I just, like that person would come nitpick, like, wow, I'll give you less because of this, and this. So I figured 19 should be a quick sale. Well, I posted it Friday. I currently have about 40 something messages in my inbox, and this one lady from Missouri, we live in Michigan, she's from Missouri. She is basically like, essentially like right now, if she could, she would be on her way here to pick it up, but it's financed. So we got to go to the credit union. But the issue is I go where we keep our like important paperwork. We got like a safe, title for my car's in there, the title for Shelby's car's in there, and that's it. The Slingshot title's not there, and the town car title's not there. So I'm like, where are those at? So unfortunately, the town car's no big deal because I do want to sell that, but it's not really posted for sale yet. But the Slingshot, like this lady's basically like, like as I'm making this right now, it's Sunday. It's like she's like basically getting ready to leave and head up this way. I'm like, no. I'm like, so I got on the Michigan, the Secretary of State website, which is like the DMV or whatever, and I filed for like a lost title, which means, they just mail you like a new title. And then I got to thinking, I'm like, some finance companies will actually hold the title. I'm like, so I bet the credit union has the title, which sucks because now that title is like null and void, and I have to wait until this one comes in. So I'm like, damn it, I should have waited till tomorrow so I could call them and been like, hey, do you guys have the title? And then they say yes, and then I tell her, all right, head up, let's do this. But looks like we might have to wait a couple weeks because it says that title can take, let's set up to 30 days, but usually like a week, 2 weeks maybe tops, anytime I've had to like get like a license plate or like new registration sent. So that sucks because I don't want to sell the thing. Let me track into that. I don't want to sell it. I love that thing. I drive the hell out of it. But right now I have a car payment. I have, credit card payments, our mortgage, our utilities and all that stuff. And getting rid of that will save me, the monthly payments about just shy of like $350 plus insurance, which is, it's not too much. Actually, I got to drop so low now. It's not even really a big deal, but probably $50 a month. So we'll say roughly like $400 a month that thing's costing me. So that's another 400. That almost basically cancels out my new car payment. So that's, 400 extra bucks basically that I'm not spending every month that I can put towards credit cards. I got a couple things in collections. I can get those cleared off my credit. So basically now it's like crunch time to us getting married, and also, fixing up some issues in our house to get it like sellable. Like it's perfectly sellable as is, but I know there's a few things that I can do very cheap, not do cheaply, but do myself, whereas somebody else would have to like pay a company, probably a lot of money to do it. Like for instance, our backsplash and this crappy peel and stick floor that they did, like those tiles or whatever, they're just crappy. Just a lot of little stuff. I can focus on getting that done, and just basically have this thing ready. So like we can be like, all right, you know what? We've got money in the bank. We've got jobs lined up. Let's do this. So yeah, it's been a busy week, but yeah, everything's looking good. Really excited. Stressed out and sad. Like I know I might actually literally cry when I see them take off in that thing. And also when I sell stuff, I get super nervous because I'm like, what if they get here and there's something they don't like about it? Then I'm going to feel terrible that they drove that far, but also like that's on them. Like I'm going to send her videos of the thing, you know, so hopefully they can see every single bit of it, you know, before they decide to make the trip. But she seems super excited about it. It's an older couple, and then they have a friend that owns one, so they want to get one to be able to ride with them. But what's cool is she's paying cash. So like I said, I owe about $15 on it, so she'll have to pay the credit union the exact amount that's owed, and then they'll either sign off on the title or print us out a paper that, you know, clears the title, and then, you know, the rest of the up to 19, so about $4 grand is going right into my pocket, which is a lifesaver right now. So, whew, can't wait. And I am doing so much cleaning in our house. So I cleaned our room and our upstairs bathroom. We don't really use, since I finished this bathroom, since I finished this bathroom downstairs in the shower, this is pretty much like, I couldn't even tell you the last time we showered up there. But we hadn't really like deep cleaned it in a long time, like pretty much since we were still using it. So yesterday I spent, or might have been the day before, I spent like 3 hours, and we have a fairly small bedroom. You know, you see the rooms in our house, they're, you know, our kitchen's small, our living room's not the biggest. I'm not complaining. I'm just, you know, compared to like your average size in the US at least. I spent like upwards of 3 hours up there in that bathroom and bedroom cleaning. I've got an entire trash can. We got those big wheeled brown ones, you know, that the thing just comes up and like scoops them up or whatever. Full. And then a couple days before that, I went out in the garage. I was like, I need to tackle this garage. This garage is filthy. Like I work on something and then I just shove it off to the side when I'm done and start the next project. I don't clean anything up. I'm horrible with putting my tools away. So I was just basically gathering stuff up, and I've got this like makeshift workbench made like right in the middle of the garage. I need to move that to the edge. And basically like within an hour, I had the other trash can we have completely full. And there's probably like 8 big things that aren't gonna fit unless the can's empty that I have to throw away too. So basically like I've already got our cans full for like the next 3 weeks, which sucks because it's like it kind of like hinders the cleaning, because like I can make a trash pile, but then there's just not a lot of room to work with. So I just pretty much want to stop until all that trash is thrown away and I can start fresh and, you know, fill up the can again. So that's been kind of what's been holding me back. But really, now that we've got that desk over there with our iMac and their cage gone from here, I kind of want to get rid of the corner desk here. Like, I love it, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like one long desk right here would free up a lot of space because this area is just so cluttered. But yeah, just want to give you guys an update. Not really, you know, too much to edit in this video, so I can just kind of throw it up real quick. But I will make another video talking about our wedding and what's been going on. And I still want to show you guys my new car. I know a couple of people have been asking about it. And yeah, so if you guys still stick around, I definitely appreciate you. And I will see you next time.